How y'all doing, people? So, welcome to the new episode. Today is December 24, and I'm doing exercise right now, running my last 50 kilometer. So that's pretty tough. I mean, we have snow. Snow is good, especially on the day, on the Christmas Eve. It's the best. Let's just jump into the day. Alright, so it's morning again, and we need to gonna go to find some kind of cakes, or I don't know, however it's gonna call. So we're gonna go to the real person's market, where exactly everyone makes their own things and sells them. I don't know how is it called, maybe a flea market or something like that. But basically, with food, vegetables, natural growth and cooked and made. So let's go. Hopefully we're gonna find what we're looking at. As you saw, we have some snow, which is a good sign for this day, especially for this and tomorrow. I really hope this snow is gonna stay. Right now it's kind of foggy, so I don't know. Usually fog means that later on the sun's gonna go up, so we'll see. But in hopes, I will really, pray for snow to stay here. BMW. After half an hour of waiting in the line, this local place is so popular. So let's go. I have some more goodies. I think we're gonna cook a pie or something. So probably some more goodies I don't know, biscuits or cookies, however it's called, because today apparently you cannot eat meat. So croissant, look what we have. That's a pretty nice one. I don't think it's a beater though, maybe, who knows, but that's nice. So probably gonna go home, gonna clean up a bit, and see you guys later on. Okay guys, so I think it's kind of time to actually talk a bit what is going on, explain a bit the situation over here. I'm just walking, in this kind of pretty scary park, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, so what is the plan actually? As I see that the people are increasing in this channel, slowly rising. Basically right now the situation is every single day at least 5 new people join this channel, join this, I don't know how you're gonna say, this beginning of something, basically. For all the new persons, all the new people here, we are actually, well, at least from now on, only I am. Sometimes for a day or two, somebody else is joining me to help me out with anything, basically, through the building, through construction, or maybe even cars, And the thing is, I don't really actually know where I'm heading right now with all the YouTube and social media, So I think I'm becoming let's say a vlogger for almost a daily, let's say this way, right? But the most part is that I think I'm gonna just film things that I do daily, like work on, fix something, build something. And basically I think from there everything should grow like into a bigger staff, bigger community, let's say it this way. Maybe we're gonna find, you know, some people that gonna help me, let's say, film. I mean, I have like a personal filmmaker, you know. It also does like all the photos and stuff, but you're gonna see that like in a future time he's like real busy person. And yeah, so as I said, this is like a beginning. And what I do, well, you saw what I do. I basically do a lot of things, anywhere from like little tiny things for like fixing to, I don't know, welding, woodworking, let's say building houses, like working on cars. I mean, I'm not that great of a mechanic, you know, like to fix cars. I don't really, you know, I cannot say what is exactly on the car. If I hear, I can, let's say, I can guess, you know, because I've seen or I heard pretty similar things or sounds, you know. But yeah, but basically on the building side, on constructions, on like woodworking, carpentry, welding, like metal working, construction working, let's say, to like create, like that's the things that I'm good at, you know. And of course there are always some things sometimes to like improve, either in my like practice. Like for my practice, I was working like as a like a woodworking things. I did all kinds of things like with work, with wood, and those things were like, I have started basically in a small shed at my like grandpa's house. There was like a tiny shed where I just had like few tools from my own like childhood. I just purchased them. Like I was purchasing a lot of tools instead of, you know, like spending some cash on whatever sodas and parties and so on. So I decided to just invest in those things. I started to like buy it out like a lot of wood. I was starting to think how I can improve, how I can make stuff and sell that stuff, turn cash like an, you know, like an income, and then use that cash, like half of it, split it to go further on with like a business for incomes, to actually, you know, make things and sell even more with a bigger like heights, you know. And the other half I can basically keep it and buy it or build it the things I want, you know. Let's say everyone has a dream, right? So if everyone has a dream, then you need to have a plan, because a person without a plan is basically called a dreamer, which is basically the person who only like dreams about, like talks about a lot, but he doesn't do anything because there's no plan. Either he doesn't have a right mindset to think about it, how to make it into reality, you know, or just other thing that is probably he is like lazy, maybe he is not disciplined enough to do things, and he just like talks, whistles, and it just flies away, you know. I was like basically started from like 16-year-old to actually grow all these things little by little. When I was like 18, I think, when I just got 18, I was pretty high enough to purchase my, you know, first real estate. So that was kind of plan, to not stay with like friends or groups of people that are like, you know, spend on this, like chase a trend, maybe dress nicer, you know. No, I was like pretty casual, and basically that's how I started my journey, which we are today. That was the thing how I basically started. It's like a short story, but it's like pretty long story to come to this place where I'm right now. But let's go to the main thing, is the plan, what we are expecting and what I am expecting to do, and what is the plan to actually do, and to go into this channel to either entertain you, and what is the purpose for me, So for a pretty long time, as you will know, I was basically an entrepreneur, and I only worked for like outside my country because the payments were like triple times higher than over here. So I have decided to go to actually gain some real cash, as you can say, and basically build like a really nice sturdy platform to basically have my own, let's say, a bank, and from that further on I also made a lot of plans. Who follows me and knows what I'm doing, those plans are basically a business, a house build completely. Then there's of course my few hobbies. There's woodworking, and there's like working with cars to tune them. Also another hobby, as you probably can guess, I'm a car guy, so I always go into like events or shows. So yeah, these are basically my few things that I do. And as a person who has needs, hobbies, I'm always that person that I always have to do something. If I don't do anything, I can, I don't know how you call kids nowadays, depressed. I don't say that, but will be like pretty sad, if I don't have anything to do. Let's say, for example, right now I'm just chilling for a few days, and I know that in those few days that I'm spending here, I could do some things at home, or build something or construct something. But the needs are also for other people, for, let's say, for your other side, if you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a wife. So you can always expect to have spend some time with them also. So that is a way, that is how it should be. And at least for the holidays, you have to spend time with your family, or at birthdays, So yeah, purpose, why I am doing this. As I said, entrepreneur is real hard. It's like you wake up at 6. As you know, I do exercises every single day, and I will keep that number as high as I can. I don't know for any purpose. I can cancel that. I don't know, maybe I'm gonna broke something. And so yeah, so I will try to discipline myself as much as possible. As I said, I wake up basically at 6. I go to bed probably 11, 12, so 6 hours sleep. And from all the morning exercises, you eat, you do stuff that you regularly have to do, and you basically go and do your stuff, do orders, talk to people, make calls, make choices, deciding some things, then working onto your own things that you have planned to build, to create, to write all your thoughts, maybe put something on a paper. Let's say, for example, if your imagination is real good and you cannot sometimes remember what you was imagining, you can either write it or even paint it on a piece of paper, and you always have that. So that is basically a pretty hard and pretty long day, let's say, for example. And yeah, what is the main plan right now? So as you know, right now it's the holidays, So between the holidays, between the Christmas and between the New Year's, we're gonna have a few days. So for those few days, I think we're gonna spend on to like the car project. So that is the plan. After the New Year, we're gonna spend time also to the car project to finish as much as possible, because right now the goal is to actually make absolutely fully body kit, like full white body kit, to completely like make all around to fit all my imagination that it looks good. So then I agree. So out of this, like the foam, and then we're gonna put all that glass fibers with epoxy, to make all the shelves absolutely 100%. And then we're gonna just take it like all off, like completely all off to the bare chassis of the car. And then we are having two separate things: the full white body kit to be complete with this glass fibers to cut into the shapes to make sure that it all fits with the defenders, the doors and everything it could be, and then put on top all the actual carbon fiber, and then put like epoxy and like put like the finish coat, so that is one part, and that's how it should be done. Other part is the main car. Of course, we're gonna tune it as much as possible, and by tuning I say we're gonna modify we're not gonna modify the chassis, so the chassis I'm just gonna be like making sure it's not rusty, it doesn't have any holes, dents or so on. So basically fix the complete chassis for the car, make sure the bottom of the car, all the arms, the extensions, like with the drive shaft and everything is like covered, painted, isolated from heat, And then of course the exhaust, all that needs to be done, needs to be covered with all the sheets. And the last is going to be the engine. Right now it's sitting on 2-liter compressor, basically a gasoline 2-liter compressor engine, which produces 120 kilowatts or something, around 150 or 160 horses, which is not much. But I think that engine for now I'm gonna keep it until the whole body, the whole white body kit is gonna be done. Then it's all be like fitted, and and then later on, maybe next or over next year, we're gonna swap it with a different one. Of course it's gonna be like a real big one, but for now I'm gonna keep the stock one, but we're gonna modify it, we're gonna basically tune it. My expectations is at least to tune it to a second stage. If it's gonna be easy and it's not gonna require a lot of cash, to like invest, we're gonna modify it to third stage, because why not? But we're gonna see how it's going to be reliable, because as you may know, we're also gonna need to drive it to some places, maybe onto the trailer, maybe in some park, maybe do burnout or something, because it's a show car, it's a project car, and it's a rear wheel drive, so it's a lot of fun. So yeah, that is kind of the plans for the car. So we're gonna accomplish that by like the next year, I think. So with the car, plan is simple, right? After the New Year's, when everything is gonna settle down a bit, the weather is gonna be a bit like better, I also have a plan with my own business, which is right now it's like propelling, going up slightly, basically onto like the ground business opportunities, where my own like country, my own city, and later on, after the new year is gonna pass, we're gonna create a actual like websites. We're gonna create a bunch of different other type of products. And besides that, we're gonna include some other like makers of products, anywhere from like knitting, woodworking, metalworking. Maybe also gonna include someone who does, let's say, mattresses for the cars and so on. So like something with an embroidery machines to make custom hoodies, you know, t-shirts, hats, whatever. So but that is a really big plan to do, and it's taking a lot of time to actually plan everything out. And yeah, so that is basically other side of the plan, which we're gonna do after this new year on 2025, I think. And so yeah, that is kind of plans right now that I'm explaining you what you're gonna mostly see. So basically it's going to be a car project and a business things going on. And after it's going to be, you know, let's say about the summertime or middle of the summer, going from the middle to the summer to the fall, we're gonna continue with our house. So also we're gonna build that, don't forget. And for those who was joining me onto the channel from right the beginning, when I just started to like build my own house, so thank you guys a lot for support. I really appreciate it. Like every day, at least few comments, always like good comments. So thank you guys a lot. Like I appreciate it very much. That helps out a lot. And right now I think we are sitting like at 130 something subscribers. So that is a big number that actually constantly watching, because I'm seeing all this, you know, graphs that says like this amount of people watches you every single like day or every single time, and it doesn't quit. So basically a regular watchers, you know. So I think I'm gonna finish this episode. I think if you are listening to this point right now, what I'm saying, thank you a lot. I hope I have explained to you what is going on, what is the purpose and what is the plan. And as always, if you like this episode where we didn't make much, but today is like Christmas Eve, let's say, I wish you the best. I wish you a happy Christmas. Kiss your family, you know, sending hugs to each other, and have a really great evening, greater tomorrow and greater the next year, you know. And yeah, stay disciplined, have a great mindset, mentality. And as always, if you like this, you know what to do. Drop a like, and see you guys tomorrow.